Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. We have from 1905 Bohemia Pilsner style beer from Monterrey, Mexico. 150 calories, 4.7% alcohol, 21 international bitterness units, best by January 2020. The competitor, Dos Equis, Cerveza Dos Equis Lager Especial. Produced 1983, 4.2% alcohol, 131 calories. I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge, to tell you the truth, because I don't think they're terribly similar. I think the Bohemia Pilsner has a much more bitter flavor, or is it bitterer flavor, however that's said. And it's noticeable, and it has a chewier mouthfeel. It's a heavier mouthfeel, it's higher alcohol, so we can call it a taste challenge, but it'd be more like a taste examination, because I'm going to know what they are, even though I'm going to do it blind. Nice hiss. Best by January 2020. So these obviously came out the same time, maybe the same date. Nice little smoke there. All right. Not figuring out those hieroglyphics. I'll be right back. Right back. All right, so I'll mix them up. The appearance is the same. Bohemia might be a little lighter. I don't know, but it's like identical, really. I noticed that the Dos Equis doesn't maintain foam as much, so gotta keep that in mind. Angel says, Ron, are you a classic rock fan? Well, yes. If you join Alcohol Eggs, I mean, that's the alcohol group. Rock and Roll Club on Facebook. Rock and Roll Club, we talk about that all the time. And I posted Rush today, 2 songs off their first album from 1974. So yesterday I posted 2 George Harrison songs, Thursday 2 Dire Straits songs, Wednesday 2 David Bowie songs, Tuesday 2 Devo songs, Monday 2 Rainbow songs. Get the picture. Because sometimes you refer to Fleetwood Mac songs. Yes, that's true. I haven't posted any Fleetwood Mac songs because I posted every song that I had an album for on that group, in that group, Rock and Roll Club. It took a long time, but I did them all, so I figured. And I did so many Stevie Nicks solo songs. Okay. Smells like that lagered beer. I said this yesterday, that lagered, it almost smells like the cave or something, you know, this room where it's so cold and you could smell the beer and it's lagering. It's aging. Smell, that's a good smell. That makes you want to drink it. This one too. So on aroma, they're similar, but I think that one is the Bohemia because it's got a little more hoppiness, like hop resin. It's not a lot. It's a relatively more taste. That's the Bohemia. A lemony taste. I was saying this before, years ago, it had a lemony taste from those hops. Lemony, biscuity, Euro lager. You say, but it's Mexican. It can't be a Euro lager. Well, it's a European style lager, but it's made with cornstarch. Some European beers are outside of Germany, most. So it's not a Reinheitsgebot. It's not a true Pilsner because it's got the cornstarch. It's a Pilsner style. You want a real Pilsner, a great Pilsner, get Pilsner Urquell. Dos Equis has a little papery note. Doesn't have the rich, grassy, hops, lemony notes. You wouldn't really drink. I don't need to close my eyes now. You wouldn't really need to drink. You wouldn't drink it and think it was a European lager. I don't think. That's what I'm trying to say. You would think it was American style lager. You say, well, it is. Mexico is in North America, Middle America. Right. It's that style. Started by a German immigrant, George Haas. Most American beers were started by immigrants, German immigrants, but they generally used the adjuncts, the corn and the rice. Starting back when they began the beers. That appealed more to the American palate. Plus, they didn't have a Reinheitsgebot law, which forbid them to use corn or rice. So, of course, they could save money. They made a lot of money selling American-style adjunct lagers. In Canada, the United States of America, Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean islands, and South America. Same pattern, almost the same pattern every time. German immigrants, move to Argentina, start brewing lager beer. They use corn and rice adjuncts because there's no Reinheitsgebot law forbidding it. It appealed to the people. They're very popular. Did all these companies try specialty beers, non-traditional American beers, porters, stouts, ales of various sorts, India Pale Ales, all of these things, Bocks? Yes. Did they have a lot of popularity associated with them? No. They weren't too successful. It was not, as you may read in these articles, which usually don't cite a source, or if they do, it's somebody else saying it who didn't cite a source. So a guy heard it from a guy who heard it from this lady who heard it from this guy who heard it from this guy who heard it from his uncle who overheard somebody in the barbershop saying that it was a insidious plot by the mass-produced beer companies to saddle America with yellow fizzy stuff. When it was no kind of plot. Oh yeah, it's got a fruitiness too. Lemon, I said lemon, that's a fruit, right? Okay. Bitterness, oh, that's a great beer. Bohemia kills Dos Equis Lager Especial. Sorry, Dos Equis, I like you. I enjoy you. But you are no Bohemia. Of course, the companies are going to try to save money. That's cost cutting, they do that. But to say it was a plot or some kind of scheme, you know what a plot is? I'll give you a plot. How about the U.S. government convincing 38 states to vote to outlaw alcohol in the whole country? Outlawing alcohol state to state, all 50 states. That's a real plot. And they're using force to back it up. You say, that's democracy in action. Yes, it is. It's tyranny. It's tyrannical, and it's tyrannical also because it is the vote of the people being used to deny you your rights. taking something that's obviously not a crime, producing beer, wine, and liquor, which was never a crime, and just suddenly making it a crime. You know, that's a plot. But then, of course, I think the people that say that the beer companies are trying to saddle America with yellow fizzy stuff, to be fair, they're not going to sit there and say, yeah, I'll support prohibition. They're against prohibition, of course. But I'm saying they would probably agree that that's a true plot, and a plot that worked for 14 years, which is why we on this channel support federalism, which is a better system because it devolves power into states and into counties and into local municipalities within counties. You diffuse power. And you might say, I don't care anything about politics. Well, that's fine. But you might care about enjoying beverages. So if you want that right to be protected, the chances of it being protected are going to be much better if it's done federalism in a federal system than a direct unitary democracy. Okay, but that's not the purpose of this channel, to give you a lecture on government structure, but it is important. So, did I enjoy the Dos Equis? Yeah, it's all right. Had a little lemony note too. Is the Bohemia better? Oh yeah, it's like way better, you know. Alex, the beer master. So, what's up, Ron? Well, I just did a taste challenge, if you want to call it a challenge, because it really wasn't much of a challenge. I said that at the beginning. I predicted that. The Bohemia is so much better, it's laughable, really. Would I recommend both? I would recommend both with caution. The Dos Equis is fine to me, fine. It's fine. But paying all this extra money because it's a premium Mexican beer, I don't see that. You know, I would just buy like Miller High Life, you know, which is higher alcohol, a little bit more calories, and probably, this is subjective, of course, but the flavor is probably just as good. So, you know, you got the cool commercials for Dos Equis, you know, the cool guy, you know, and that didn't last. That's all marketing. And if you want to pay more for that, you know, want to show off, I'm drinking Dos Equis, but I don't know if that would work today. 20 years ago, yeah, people would have said, oh, yeah, Dos Equis, you're a big shot. Now they might laugh at you, but probably they wouldn't. But years ago, you know, that was seen as like a status symbol beer. But with the onset of craft beer, as it got more popular over the last 30 years, then of course, you say, yeah, but the craft beer enthusiasts are like, they chop each other apart, trying to show each other up. Yes. I think that's kind of dying out, though. Like, people kind of say, oh, well, good. You know, people say, oh, yeah, I'm drinking this whatever beer. It's $23 a sip. And I was talking to the brewmaster last week. And people maybe 10 years ago would say, oh, wow, it's fresh. Yeah, it came out this morning. I would never drink it past a day. Oh, I'm saving these bottles on. But that's kind of like, to me, from what I can tell, maybe I'm too aloof now. I'm not linked into it anymore. But it seems like that's not as popular of an approach. Thank goodness. All right, so that's it. Now, if you got any last comments, let me know. But that's the end of it. I think Johnny Neely is doing Stout Sunday tomorrow, from what I understand. So I plan to join with Outer Darkness Imperial Stout. Whoa, got such a deal on it. Do I have any taste challenges coming up for beer? No, I don't. I think I've done enough. I might do some more. Don't think I will. I mean, yes, in the future sometime I will, because I'll have a mind to do it. But I've done enough for now, I think. Some of y'all are saying, yeah, too many. I'm sick of them. Okay. But yeah, okay, so you can get a lot of different beers, and you can taste challenge them, And you might be able to tell them apart, but then on the other hand, you might not be able to tell them apart. Wouldn't make much sense to cross styles. I had people ask me things like that. Why don't you do this imperial stout versus this light lager? Well, I could do that, but it wouldn't be a challenge. Obviously, you would be able to tell them apart on aroma only. You would never mix them up. And there wouldn't be much point cross styling. I don't like cross styling. So, all right. So thanks for watching this video production. I want to see what I can do with YouTube because they're saying that they're getting rid of these Hangouts on Air. And they're saying got to use this encoder and set up this live streaming third-party application. I don't really feel like downloading something on this computer from somebody I don't know so that I can do Hangouts, and I really don't feel like doing that. For years, they had this platform, and it was fine. It worked fine. I mean, except for some exceptions when they had some technical problems with it in 2017. But and then when they, you know, Mozilla Firefox didn't want to deal with it. They were saying, no, they have some kind of problems, you know. But so you couldn't do it on Mozilla anymore, Firefox. But generally, it's been very useful and easy to use. So I don't want to go to some complicated thing. I'm going to tell you right now. I'll just go back to doing recorded videos and forget the Hangouts. But we'll see. I mean, I'm not going through a bunch of malarkey to do it. So thanks for watching this video production, and I'll do plan to do a blind taste test tomorrow morning. So I might try to do a experiment today or something, see if it'll work. Either that or sometime next week. Thank you.